Today we're going to do a little PBT. We're going to show you a few exercises that you can do in your home safely. I always like to start with just rolling out with either a lacrosse ball, which the two young ladies behind me have, or you can use a racket ball here, which is a little bit softer. I recommend, if you're not used to a lacrosse ball, that you use a softer ball like a racket ball, a tennis ball, even a massage ball, because that's going to be better for you. And with lacrosse balls, they are very hard and can cause some bruising, especially if you're not used to it, because they're going to really get into those joints. So before we begin, you're going to start with the ball, and you're just going to place it under your foot, and you're going to just glide through, just softly going over each toe, pushing on the ball, really being, taking special care to really spread your toes open. Additionally, you're going to just kind of glide your foot around on the ball, and here we're just not really necessarily targeting right away, but we're just sort of getting an awareness and finding if we have any tender spots or locations in our body, if we have or feel any soreness or tightness or anything that needs to be addressed. And here we're going to just sort of open those things up, moving that foot around, and then if you do find that spot, you might want to give it a little bit of extra attention and kind of hold the ball there, giving a little pressure. And again, none of this should be painful. It might be a little bit uncomfortable, but it shouldn't cause any severe pain. You're going to continue to do that on this foot, and you're going to do the same thing on the other foot as well. And again, you're going to just do this just for a couple of minutes. Again, we're just kind of waking up. If you would like, or if you need to pay a little bit more time and attention, feel free to do that. We're not going to do that here right now, but you can take as much time as you need to work that out and address any of those issues. Once you've sort of addressed your feet, then you're going to just take the ball, and then again, moving up the leg, you're going to again do the same thing, getting into your calf areas, and again, just sort of exploring, moving that around a little bit. And again, you're going to want to do this on both of your legs, on both sides. Fantastic. And then the last area that I always like to address before getting started, particularly with the PBT, because of really fine-tuning and getting into the areas of rotation, is the outer hip area here, the outer glute area. So you're going to take the ball, and you're going to put your hands down your spine. You're going to work your way from those outer hip bones, the back, on your back, and you're going to just make a little curve in, and you're going to find there's a little divot right on this side of that hip on the outer glute, and you're going to put the ball there and just sort of gently again putting a little bit of pressure and massage that area. And typically it's pretty tender, especially if this is the first time that you're addressing that area. It's definitely going to be, it may be pretty tender, so just be careful. And again, this may be better to do if this is your first time with the softer ball. And again, here you're going to address both sides. So change sides. And again, just massaging. You don't have to find necessarily an exact spot. As you move around, you'll find the spot that needs to be addressed. It will reveal itself to you. progression as you need. You're going to take this ball and you can actually put it to the side. And now we're going to go ahead and grab the smaller ball. All right, so now we've grabbed our small ball. This is about, I believe it's about 9 inches. If you don't have an actual exercise ball, you can order these on Amazon. However, these are just playful bouncy balls. You can get these at Walmart in the toy section, and these work just fine. I found that the marbled balls and the tie-dye looking balls are a little bit softer, and so I recommend those over the shiny balls. They're a little bit harder, but they work as well. They'll work just fine. All right, so we're going to start with our legs out in front. You're going to put your legs in parallel position, and then open your legs. And so here we're going to work on our turnout and working our turnout. You're going to place the ball on your calf. You're going to put your leg on top of the ball. Now, what's really important here is that you're lifted up, supported through your lower abdominal here. So I'm going to ask if I can have you stay here. If I can have you turn to the side calf for me. So here in this position, what we want to pay attention to is this lower back and making sure that it's completely lifted and not arching forward. Can you arch or slouch this way? We want to be straight up, and or overarching this way. So we want to zip this up. We want to zip up your lower abdominal in the front, and so that we're supported. Great. Now we're going to slowly, I'm going to have both ladies, so you have a front and a side view. The ladies are going to slowly bring that foot towards them, keeping that leg turned out, pushing that heel up towards the ceiling, rolling the ball up, and then slowly extending back down. Fantastic. And again, you're going to roll the ball, just coming up the leg, and then rolling the ball back down on the other side. Fantastic. You'll repeat that 4 times on one side, and then you'll come down and change sides. Just bringing the ball down, and fantastic. Keeping the legs engaged. Good. And can you show that transfer one more time? So you're going to keep that leg engaged, just bring it down, crossing the other leg on top, maintaining that turnout. Fantastic. Go back to the other side. And stay, yes. And feel free, you can adjust the ball if you need to. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So again, bringing the leg in, leading through that heel, slowly up the leg, and pushing forward. Good. And bringing the leg up and down. And again, you can do that 4 times and then changing sides. Good. And repeat. And then the next progression of this, after you've done that, and you feel secure, you have your arms here, you're going to repeat the same thing. This time you're going to take your arms to second. And so here again, keeping that back lifted, arms are coming out of the shoulders, not too far in front of you, and you're going to repeat. Going 1 and 2, coming back down, and again. And 1 and 2, coming back down, and 1 and 2, coming back down. Last time, 1 and 2, coming back down. Good, and changing sides. Same thing, we're going to repeat the same thing on the other leg. And 1 and 2 and 3. 4 again. 1 and 2 and 3. 4 again. 1 and 2 and 3. Last time, 1 and 2 and 3. Good. And relax. Grab the ball. All right. So next we're going to tackle the core. All right. So this is a really great exercise. Again, we're using a small ball. And if I could have the ladies, they're going to get in position by laying on their backs. Great, and you'll notice that they have the ball placed in between their calves. And again, when you're doing this work, you want to put some pressure on the ball, but not necessarily squeezing. So we want to avoid any gripping during any of these exercises, but we definitely want to engage our inner thighs and engage keeping the ball a little bit taut by just giving a little bit of pressure. Now, the ladies, notice their spines are long and elongated. They're going to lift their legs. Now, as you can see from the side, you want to be careful that your legs that are completely parallel to the ground here. Also, you want to make sure that your hips here are perpendicular so that we don't get into this position or this position. You want to really make sure that you're making a nice L here. Then from there, they're going to lower the legs down, tapping the toes, just the tips of the toes, and then lifting the legs back up. And again, lowering the legs down and lifting the legs back up. And down and up. Relax. Fantastic. Once we've done this, we're going to do this in a series. We're going to do a set of these, 4 sets of those. And then we're going to continue. If you would like to deepen, go a little bit deeper. You're going to lift the legs. You're going to lift your shoulders off the floor and repeat that exercise in this position. Here you're going to target, it's going to intensify just a little bit more, and it's going to take a little bit more control. Again, making sure that those legs come right to that parallel position to the floor, and then lowering down. All right, let's give it a try with some music. That we use in PBT. So the other thing is you want to make sure that you have the right size ball. There are height requirements which are listed here below this video, and if you have questions, but really you can use whatever size that you have, especially now I know that it's a little bit difficult. Maybe difficult to find some of these things in our current situation. However, I will show you how to make adjustments if necessary as well. So we're going to start with how do we get onto the ball. So we're going to have the ladies lay back. And before you go up, you want to make sure that you don't get the ball too far away. So if this would be too far away. So before I even put my legs up, I'm going to take this and then I'm going to grab the ball, if I can have you, because you're going to be doing this by yourself. You're going to get that ball as close to you as possible. Yes, all right, you're going to get that ball as close to you as possible. And then really slowly you're going to just lift that leg, and as you do it, try not to just let the leg just fall here. You're going to actually push into the ball and then just reach that leg long as possible. You're going to sort of extend it, and so that it hangs over the ball, so that your knees are supported. The other thing is many dancers are hyperextended. So on all of these exercises, if you are hyperextended, you're going to want to definitely make sure that the ball is closer to you. The closer, the better. As we go into some other exercises, more advanced exercises, there are times where once we press into the ball moves more away from our center. And here want to try to push all the way up, creating this long line in the body, and relax. The other thing that you want to be careful of is as you're in this position, you also want to avoid gripping. There will be some natural engagement, but we want to avoid gripping our muscles to hold the position. If you find that you're having trouble maintaining, just press up for up as long as you can, and if you need to come down, go ahead and come down and regroup, and then jump right back into the combination. So we're going to press up, slowly, 2, 3, and 4, and then lowering back down, 2, 3, and 4. Once again, pressing up, 2, 3, and 4, and then lowering back down, 2, 3, and 4. And as we lower here, we're going to press down in from our upper spine, lowering down, releasing that tension in our upper back as well as our lower back. Then we're going to do that for a set of 4. We're going to do that 4 times. The last set, we're going to press up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to bring the arms to first position in front of us. From here, we're going to stay. We're going to take the arms overhead and add port de bras. 1, 2, open to the second. 3, 4, bringing the arms down. 5, 6, back through the first. 7 and 8. And again, we're going to repeat that 4 sets, and then the last one we will lower down and finish. Let's try it with music.
Repeat. 1. Lift. Press. Lows. Press up. Arms to first.
Continue to build on this bridge, and we're going to go up into the bridge. So if I could have the ladies press up, they're going to press up into the bridge. They're going to release, curling the toes back, coming to a flex position, and then pushing through the ball of the feet and extending to a point. And then again, release, flex, and point, and coming back down, release. Fantastic. Here again, you want to make sure that as you're doing this exercise that you're not breaking in your bridge and collapsing. You want to keep that lengthened. And again, here you want to really focus on articulating through your feet and isolating those muscles and that muscle group. A lot of the time, although we have engagement from our leg, we want to avoid just pointing and stretching our feet from our leg, but really isolating through our feet. But we do want to find and feel that connection of engagement without gripping. So the next progression that we're going to do is going to be opening our hips and rotating while we're up in the bridge. So we're going to have the ladies demonstrate this again. So you're going to press up into the bridge. Fantastic. And you're going to flex the feet, and then you're going to rotate and coming back into parallel, and again rotate, coming back into parallel and rotate coming back into parallel, and rotate one more time, I'm sorry, coming back into parallel, and now rest, relax, coming back down. Fantastic. Then our last progression is we're going to then we're going to lift up into the bridge. We're going to flex, rotate, and then here we're going to stay in this rotation, and we're going to go back to our pointing and flexing of the feet. All right, we're going to put these together. We'll break them down. With all of these exercises, you don't have to do all of these at once. You certainly don't have to do all of these at one day. Progress at your own pace. It's better to be safe and to work where you're at. You will also find the greatest benefit in doing that. Here we go with music. Rotate back to parallel and release. Good job. All right, so we're continuing on with the big ball, but we're going to come to standing. And so we're going to revisit our attitude in rolling the ball that we did with our smaller ball sitting on the floor. We're going to revisit that now standing with the larger ball. So before we start, I want to just say with all of these exercises, it's going to be key and very important that we work in our true and natural turnout. So what's going to happen over time as you do these exercises, your turnout will strengthen. You'll engage the right muscles to acquire turnout and strength. And all of these exercises, that's the focus. So what we're doing is we're not necessarily trying to force or do any over rotation here. So before we begin, I would like to have my ladies just demonstrate and show. They're going to start in a parallel position. And I want you to start in a parallel, and I just want you to just open your feet. No adjustments. You only get one open, and again, closing in parallel. And just try that again from parallel, just open. And this is where I want you to begin to work from. As you progress, and this will open and will expand, and you will find that your turnout will increase. But it's good to work from a solid base of where you are, and then also as you work the legs in this attitude, you will find and feel the rotation expanding in your hip. And you will find also where you thought you may have had more rotation, you may not. This is where I do not want you to, if you find that and you're doing these exercises and you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not turning out enough, stay true to where you are. Work what you have, knowing that it will increase and it will get better. Knowing that you're doing things correctly and building in the right way so that not only will you get better, but you will be able to do this much longer. So having said that, we're going to start feet parallel. We're going to open to our first. We're going to extend our leg onto the onto the ball, I should say. And notice your foot is relaxed here. She's nice and turned out. The side of the foot is on the ball. You can also see here, the foot is open, the hips are opened. Here you want to pay attention and notice also making sure that the hips are down so that if you work from here, you should not have any elevation or tilting in the hips, because this will be your more organic positioning for your particular body. So from here, you're going to extend the arms from first out into the second, and much like we did sitting on the floor, you're going to then just bring the ball in, rolling the ball, coming up to the side of that toe, and then extending back out. And it's just a small little roll coming in 2 counts. 1 and 2, and extending 3 and 4. Good. And so you'll notice here again, you're going to try to hold the ball. These ladies have a lot of strength. So what can happen? Can I borrow your ball for just a moment? You might find that the first time that you do this, your ball might be rolling around. You might have trouble negotiating it. You might find that as you extend it, you try to bring back that your leg, the ball is pulling your leg out of place. That's okay. All right. This is what you're seeing these young ladies doing. That is the goal, but that may not be the starting place that you're starting at. And that's okay. If you find that, again, we want to avoid gripping or trying to control in the leg. What we're going for here is correct positioning, but again, always engaging that lower abdominal, zipping up in the front, holding this here, and if it goes away, regroup. Right? Regroup. Stop. Regroup. You might even just need to just stand here with your leg in attitude and just hold it. That is perfectly fine. Do that first, then change sides. Hold 2, 3, 4. Maybe 4 counts, changing sides. Then progress up to 8 counts. These are the starting positions. Eventually, our goal is to develop hay and go ahead and go through the exercise. But especially when you're first starting this, if this is your first time, if you're finding this, find your balance first. Build the foundation. Thank you. So, and then again, really quick, if I can have you come with your leg on the wall again. And I also just want to point out here again, just like sitting, we want to make sure that our spine is coming straight up, engaging this lower abdominal so that we're not arching forward here. Yes, so we're not doing this. If you feel that, yes, you want to pull this back. And also, if you find that the ball is too far and you're having trouble, bring it in. But notice that, yes, it should be just under you. Her foot is past, a little bit past the midway point, but it's nice and supported. So if your ball is too far away and you just have just the tips of your toe, that means that your ball is too far away. All right, thank you, ladies. We're going to try this with music.
Again, bringing it in, 2, extend. Bringing it in for 2, extend for 2, and coming down, replacing. Here's you're going to change to the other side, and 1, 2, extend, 2, 1. Back down and finish. Nice.
All right, thanks for joining us today. And remember, with all of this going on, remember to stay happy and have fun. Till next time.